let's get to the topic here. First one of the night. This is the curveball. Originally, we were going to talk about something that's going to be really, I think, was going to get really heated. But after reading something on Facebook, instead of arguing which fan base is worse between BYU and Utah, I have decided to throw this curveball. What's been, and Danny, you're not necessarily a BYU Utah guy, and you'll talk about, you could talk about your interactions between the different game day, segments you went to. But for me and John, it's a little different, and you do have probably some Utah fans or BYU fans as friends, but what's been your best interaction with fans from either side?
Is that a question for me?
That's the topic. What has been some of your best interactions? Because we could talk all day about which one's worse, right? We could show what the reaction was from Utah to Parker Kingston news. We could show what BYU's reaction to, the Lauren McCluskey thing, and we could talk all about this rivalry stuff that has made it really, especially on social media, it makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
Reading something, where there's so much negativity in the world, I want to talk about something positive that you can take away from this. Yeah, I'm being fluffy here. Okay.
No, I like it. I like it. I like it because you're absolutely right. We would have just dove down a trove of negativity right there. Because
100%.
But yeah, no,
I don't know what you're talking about. I have nothing but nice things to say to those Utah fans.
Yeah, the record shows. Obviously, John. Yeah, go back and watch other podcasts. You definitely love those Utes fans, but I don't know. I mean, like historically, I'm just gonna take the new, right? Like because I mean, obviously, I'm kind of new to the BYU Utah rivalry type of deal. I grew up around one of my like I said, my best friends of the past, the Schofields, devout Mormon family, and one of my best friends and all that kind of stuff. But recently, the thing that just popped out of me when you said that was going from big noon kickoff, which was the Holy War, right? Me and Dame went down and did the Texas Oregon thing, and we were literally like, between the two rivers, and you had orange and green between the red and blue. That was cool. So we saw some things, and met a lot of cool kids, whatever. And then going up and going to college game day, and me and Damien were standing there, and this kid runs up to us and goes, "This guy!" Like his two friends ran up, and like him and Damien started dapping it up, and then we're like, "He brought the Oregon dude too. There's the Ducks here." So guys that we had seen in Provo, we also saw in Salt Lake City at game day, and they were Utes fans. But that's probably the coolest positive type of thing. You went negative, John, right off the freaking bat, dude. God damn it.
Typical Utah
I was trying to say something
typical Utah fans just trying to kiss butt so they can get into a bigger conference because they're too good for the Big 12. I will say this.
They were already in a bigger conference anyway. But yeah, no, that was the positive. That was the positive thing that I had. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Now they claim that they're going to get an invite to the Big Ten in the next couple of years. So
they should have went there in the first place. But yeah, anyways. But yeah, whatever, dude. But
that's go to parties you don't get invited to.
That's my recent positive experience. Like I said, I've got a lot of BYU fans, whatever. That's just something that stands out in my brain from your question. So there that is.
Yeah. No, I mean,
say something positive, John.
I mean,
You don't have anything. Exactly.
I have not had many terrible experiences with Utah fans. Okay. I've also never gone to a game at Rice Eccles, nor do I have any desire to.
You've never gone to a game at Rice Eccles Stadium?
No.
Oh, you need
definition of a hater. Dude.
You need to sometime.
I have no desire to. No desire. Now, I've gone to a concert or two up at Rice Eccles. It was fine. I know
you and everybody and their dog went to the Garth Brooks concert years back, and everybody pasted on. I'm sitting at home. I didn't even know Garth Brooks was in town.
And I made it out without getting killed.
Okay.
So that was good.
But why? Let me ask you, why? Why will you not go watch a game in Rice Eccles Stadium? Are you intimidated to go in there as a BYU fan? Or
I just have no desire. Like, I have no interest in that team at all.
Even if it's BYU, even if it's the Holy War.
Yeah, even if it's BYU, because I know in that game, I've heard too many stories about fans going a little over the top,
Oh
and I don't
God! So you're
and I don't want to
scared.
put that
So
in.
you're scared. You're being a bitch about it.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
No,
Okay, I
no,
will.
I don't want to go into those environments. Just like I don't go and try to pick a fight and stuff. Like I'm not out there looking to get shit upon. Okay, I want to go enjoy a game, whether my team wins or loses or not. That's it. I don't want to come out of there having to wonder, am I going to have to throw fisticuffs? Plain and
That's
simple. Plain and simple.
Uh,
You heard me say it. Utah fans, there's some of you that are thugs. Some of you.
so
There are some nice people, but
I
the
got something
most
to counter.
amazing thing from.
I got something to counter that thought for you, John. So, what year was Zach Wilson at BYU?
a number of years. It wasn't just a 1 year.
Well, COVID year. I think it was the year before.
No, he was there the COVID year.
I know he was.
He was.
He was the year before there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
When BYU got up like 20-0 at halftime over Utah at Rice Eccles. So me and my brother, he has buddies that have season tickets to Utah football games, and they sit. Well, I want to say it was like 6 or 7 rows behind the opponent's bench at Rice Eccles, right around the 50-yard line. And his buddies couldn't go, so he got 2 tickets, and we went. I was in full BYU gear, BYU hat, BYU hoodie, BYU pants. My brother's in BYU stuff. We're the only BYU fans in this entire section. And I don't think we got heckled one time.
It's tough to heckle when you're getting, when you're getting beat, right?
No, BYU was up 20-0. And then
BYU was exactly.
Utah came back and won the game in the second half. I even told my brother, Utah's going to come back and win this game because BYU could never put it away. And Utah was just messing with them at that point. Like, Utah was a better team. And we still didn't get heckled when Utah was starting to come back. Like, I get the concern. I just think social media tends to overblow it a lot when it comes to what happens at these games. So that's just my experience wearing BYU gear and being at that game.
And I'm assuming it does. I mean, social media overblows a lot of things. But again, I have no. Like I've been there. I've been there enough that like getting out of that stadium late night from a concert is already bad enough. Let alone a bunch of drunk sports fans. Like,
I will say the way that they have that stadium built, where like there's only one concourse and everybody's forced to go to it. It's miserable trying to get out of that stadium after a game. Like
I've learned don't get tickets in the north end. You will be there for hours.
My brother and I went to the USC game a few years back when they had Cam Rising. They went for 2 and beat Caleb Williams, and like it took us almost 45 minutes just to get through one gate because they all force you to go to one gate to get out. And I've been there for a few, but see, here's the other thing. If you're a Utah fan, they probably feel the same way when they go to LaVell Edwards Stadium because they've had the same issues at LaVell Edwards Stadium as they have It's so crazy how that rivalry brings out the worst in a lot of people.
It's not just that rivalry, man. I mean, it's all the rivalries, and that just John, I mean, the fact that you're so concerned, that is the most entitled Utah white person scared thing I've ever heard. Like, people, you sound like you're worried about going to the Oakland Coliseum, dude. We're talking about Salt Lake City, man.
It's interesting. It's I don't know. I get where he's coming from because the way it's set up, it could happen. I don't think it does happen. I mean, like I said, we went in full BYU gear in the middle of Utah season ticket holders and nothing happened.
But normally the season ticket holders are fine. It's the college age kids that are the ones that
college age kids are completely on the other side from where you would sit. So you wouldn't even have to deal with them.
Yeah. Again, though, I go back to my statement. It's not that I'm afraid. It's like I have no interest in going there.
See, I went.
It's uncomfortable. It's whatever.
My first Utah game was our Elders Quorum president in our ward right down the street from me. They had season tickets. Jared Goff was coming into Rice Eccles with Cal. They had College Game Day here. That was my first experience with College Game Day in Salt Lake City. And, I sat with him and his Utah friends and all their Utah people, kind of close to that north end zone. And I didn't cheer because, I wanted Cal to win. Wasn't cheering for the Utes. And I don't know. I think it's a fun atmosphere for the right game. I think that's where you have to choose your game wisely, because I think it's a great atmosphere. Like that USC game that my brother and I went to up there was just like for BYU. It's like you choose the right game, that atmosphere is going to be off the charts. Night game, Danny. You need to go to a night game.
So let's do it, dude. Hey, BYU's coming to Rice Eccles next year. Let's go. Thursday.
Okay.
Let's get tickets. Let's go. I want to see it, dude. I want to go. I want to see what it's all about. I really do. That's why I went to the Holy War this year. That was so perfect. That was great. Such a great experience, dude. I loved being down there. I didn't go into the game, but I just loved being there for the Big Noon experience. Honestly, and the BYU, the faithful was great, dude. The whole experience was cool. I got the little lighted hat, the night before. That was all cool. But I want to go to a game, so I'm down. Let's go to Rice Eccles, put it on the calendar, and let's make it happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a crazy year this next year, though.
What's
that game?
That?
It's in November, I think.
Because last year was November, wasn't it?
No, it was a little bit earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in October.
Yeah,
November 7th. Yeah, November 7th. Saturday, November 7th.
Let's do it.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they're moving that game further back. I still think it's a travesty that game is not the last one of the season.
Yeah, Civil War. They ruined all that with the realignments. That was always great for just Thanksgiving weekend before
that Thanksgiving weekend when those rivalry games were in place, from Friday to Saturday night. Wow.
Yeah,
and even
absolutely.
Fantastic.
The Ducks and the Beavers don't even play this year, man.
That's crazy.
It's such a travesty. Yeah, absolutely. That's good for the Beavers, but it sucks for just
Okay, John. Here's your last question. Here's a question just to finish this off, since we're close to 15 minutes on this. Your interactions with your friends who are Utah fans, how is it when Utah and BYU play?
It's cordial. We're not we'll make fun of each other, but I'll have to. If I were to pull up my phone, essentially the conversation we had with the commissioner of my fantasy football league, he and I had a friendly wager where I ended up winning a jersey because BYU won, and so we had some fun there, and there's some banter back and forth, and pretty much BYU owned that game, and he was man, we definitely didn't show up to play today, and so it was a little little humbling, but it's been that way on the opposite end, right? Where I'm like, man, well, hopefully you guys didn't waste all your energy on us this week. Hopefully you guys can go do something, because at the end of the day, my ultimate goal, all joking aside, is I want to see sports and universities, whatever, in the state of Utah do well and exceed on a national level, because again, I go back to that bias topic that we've talked about numerous times, is that Utah is not looked upon as a huge powerhouse when it comes to sports, whether it's professional or whatever. And we've started to see some peaks from, Corner Canyon High School and their football programs. And there's been a few little blips here and there, but I just want to see consistency from the state of Utah. So seeing both BYU and Utah succeeding at the same time brings excitement to those games wherever they're held at, but also it just brings attention and excitement, focused on the state of Utah. So, that's ultimately when it comes down to it. I've seen a lot of Utah games on TV, and they look electric.
Yeah.
Some for some good reasons, some bad reasons, but the crowd certainly gets into it. It's on a game day, it's like an hour and a half drive for me through traffic.
Ride the tracks, dummy.
Well, again,
tracks drop you off right there.
Yeah, that sounds miserable. An hour and a half. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it is.
It's not good, Danny.
It's not a fun drive. I know. Yeah. Yeah, we don't get to speak because Danny's on the call because he drives a little further than that. But
No, I mean,
again,
well, the thing is like if it's the parking's not great unless you're a Crimson Club member. And
traffic's terrible. No, I'm not speaking on it. I'm just saying hour and a half ain't shit. But yeah, I would rather drive my hour and a half than your hour and a half 1,000% every day.
I just take the tracks up, ride the train. It stops you off right next to the stadium. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think social media gives the rivalry and any rivalry a bad the hatred between fans, the computer keyboard warriors. I think that gives rivalries a bad rap on the hate that's spewed by the computer keyboard warriors.
Like, it's going to take the heat because that's going to get the most clicks.
Right.
So, yeah,
absolutely. I have a bunch of friends that are Utah fans that, they give me crap. My brother-in-law is a big Utah fan and we go back and forth and, but we laugh at it at the end of the day. Like John said, I think most of us want to see BYU and Utah do well. We're going to root for our team when they play each other, but ultimately the better each school does, the better it looks for the Big 12 and the state of Utah in general, right? Like there were years when it was Utah State, Utah, BYU were all in the NCAA basketball tournament, and that was huge for the state. So,
absolutely. Same with the state of Oregon. Same stuff, man. When we can be relevant, it's kind of cool to talk about, right?
Yeah,
so
100%, 100%.
Commendable.